Good morning, good noon, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It is your Olena here again, bringing you the new episode of Opera Week Season 2. So, as you may aware or not, today my mic isn't here, so I'm just using the phone mic, so hope it won't be that bad. And maybe none of you guys are aware of, but tomorrow is my midterm, and I'm doing this episode. I'm going to Met Opera the day before my midterm, which is definitely a typical thing that I do. And I realized that there are so many operas that I went, but I didn't get a chance to write anything about it because apparently I'm a sophomore in high school right now, and I have all those AP exams and tests to do, which occupied a lot of my time, honestly, because writing script actually is very time consuming, right? So anyway, we have Moby-Dick presented by the Met Opera, and Moby-Dick was written by Jake Hadji, and is about ocean and obsession, about a man who lost at sea, and is pretty much not like the other opera because it is cold and loud. So this story is based on a novel from the 18th called by Herman Melville, and is about a man named Ahab. He is a captain and lost his leg to a whale, and he wants revenge, but he doesn't care about anything else. Not his ship, not his crew, not even the weather, and he only wants to kill the whale. So, yeah. This opera starts with a sailor named Greenhorn, and he is pretty much new, and he doesn't even have a name. He doesn't really know why he joined the ship, which is... he's just pretty much confused, and he wants to see and explore around the world. He wants something more. But even with this ambition, he is still quiet and listen to everyone else, basically, and just observing how everything falls apart. And Starbuck is the first mate. He is the only one who speaks no to Ahab, but he still follows him, however, even though he said no. But I guess no doesn't mean no for him in that situation. He wants to believe in order and duty, but he sees the madness of Ahab, and he is stuck between the fear and the faith. And then we have Quick, who is the harpooner, and he's not from here, and he doesn't speak that much, but he's the most steady one on ship, and later become friends with Greenhorn. And he gets sick halfway through the trip, and he accepts it. He prays and builds a coffin, and later at the end it actually saved him, right? And we have the last character, Pip, who is the youngest, and he's a cabin boy who falls into the sea and rescued, but he loses his mind, and after that he sings the most honest line in the opera. And he is pretty much a soft character, he's just a boy, what else can he do? But he cuts through, and actually no one listens to him because he's just a boy. But he is the only one who understands what's coming. So Moby-Dick is actually one of the most famous long American fiction that was written, but even though Herman Melville got rejected by his editor when he was first wanting to publish this, but however, later on, because people realized how this book is so complicated, it discusses race, classes, social status, and religion, and good and evil, right? It's so complicated, and later people start digging more values out of it. So at the end, Moby-Dick attacks the ship, and Ahab died. Starbuck is gone, and the crew goes down with the ship. But however, Greenhorn floats on Quick's coffin, and he's the only one who is survived. So the Met builds something big from this, and the stage looks like a wave. the sea, it curves around everything and the walls are moving, but only a little. It tilts and they kind of bend. Sometimes they are the ship, and sometimes they are the sky, and sometimes they are nothing at all, and the audience can imagine the rest. There are indeed projections, as every single mass new production these years, and the lights flash. I have not much complaints about the projector, because even though I used to, but nowadays I realize, there's nothing really innovative that we can do for new productions, right? And the projectors are being in basic elements towards every new production. So yeah, if we can have anything new, then projections is fine, I guess, because it also contributed a lot. And the light flashes, the water moves, and yeah, it looks like the ship is sailing on course or sinking. So there are ropes and shadows, but no wheel. You can't put it in wheel that is like 2,000 kilogram on the stage, and the wheel is just pure sound and shape. You never actually see it on stage, even like models or whatever, but you can, by the stage setting, you can feel that the wheel is coming. And the set doesn't use furniture, no tables, no doors, just bodies and light. And the singers walks carefully, they lean down and fall, and the floor is never flat, and the ocean is always moving. Sometimes it is pretty much beautiful, like the Bahamas Sea. Like that's a really bad example, but just like the vibe, it just feels nice. Blue lights and silence, it feels like vacation, yeah. But sometimes it is really loud when you have the red lights and no noises. Then the sea became metaphorically a character. It watches and take overs. It is just demonstrating the power of the nature. And there is no break, so the music runs through the whole entire thing. And the stage helps. You feel like you're stuck on a ship, and you feel like you're inside of that opera, and you're just being a part of the ship crew because of the stage setting and whatever, and the lighting are giving you. And yeah, so it's time to talk about the singers. I have no complaints about the stage setting because it's just really cool. It demonstrates the complexity and, well, in a way that I guess saved budget, right? And we have Brandon Jovanovic sings Ahav, and his voice is big and heavy. He doesn't play Ahav as a crazy, mad, middle-aged man who is full with ideas of having his revenge, but he plays him as too sure, because his voice just hit like a stone. He sounds more like a reliable ship commander, or what's the word for the ship ruler? I forgot. He doesn't rush that much, and he never jokes. His Ahav doesn't beg, but demands. Well, such an alpha. Even at the end, when the ship is breaking, he still believes that he is right, and his saying never breaks. He carries the weight of the character. I think he demonstrates more not like the revenge aspect, but more likely the characteristic of the character that is on the steady and goal-oriented side, And we have Stephen Cochillo, who sings Greenhorn, and he sounds young, and he keeps his voice small at first, and he waits and watches, and at the end when he sings is clear because it rises slowly, and in the last scenes he sings by himself because the ship is gone and the lights are low. His voice is really soft but short. He says one line, "Call me Ashmal," and he says it like a memory. So that's how the story begins again. And we have Ryan Speedy Green, which is our which is one of the most performed opera singer at the Met Opera, because you can literally see him in 2 or 3 productions every season. And he was singing quick, and he sounds like the earth, steady, strong, still, and he doesn't sing too fast, but rather deep. Everything feels like truth, and when he gets sick, his voice gets even lower, and he builds his coffin, and then he leaves the stage, but his sounds still resonate and stays with you. And we have Janaya Brigger sings Pip, and her voice is different because she sings light, and she sings light and high, and she sings like someone who's not all the way here. Pip's arias are strange because he floats above the music. Sometimes she sings without rhythm and is haunting. She doesn't sing arias that often, but every time she does, it truly matters. But no one listened to her. I mean, no one listened to Pip, the character. And we have Thomas Glass, who sings Starbuck. He came in for something else, but he fits because his voice is warm and he sings like he's holding something back. And that's right for Starbucks. Starbucks want to believe something that is safer, but nothing is safe here, and he duets with Ahab in all the best parts. He plays, and Ahab refuses. Their voices clash together, and yeah, the aria just went pretty well. And then, the orchestra is loud, lots of brasses, lots of drums, lots low strings, and when the ship rises, the composition rises. When Pip sings, it disappeared, and the silence are as big as the sound. I feel like the silence played a major role in the composition of the opera because it is one of the stuff that demonstrates the feature of this kind of job that is based on sea, which is pretty much fully isolated with the human society the land-based human society, and the sense of larger community. And there is no famous aria in Moby-Dick, no big romantic melodies, and the composition doesn't charm you. It surrounds you, it takes you, it drowns you. And these are parts where the chorus sings together. They sing more like a crew, not like the church, because they kind of shout and whisper and cry, which you can also argue that is a feature of the sea, how the sound of the waves low-key sounds like crying. That's what some people say. And there's a storm scene with just sound, no singing, just crashing and slamming, so you can't even breathe in it. Then it fades, just the wind and sky. So at the final scene, when the ship goes down, the composition doesn't scream, it just fades, drift, and just like the characters, they just end, everything ends in whisper, just one voice, one line, then nothing. Just like the ending of Opera Wears, episode 13, which is this episode. So I guess that's all I want to say for the Moby-Dick. I swear I'm going to do more updates. I'm going to do more episodes next week because I have a break. But I have to concentrate on exams or whatever. I'll try my best to catch up all the stuff I didn't do. But thank you so much for listening. And as always, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or opinions on what I said, or if you want to talk to me, just email me at aulindatang@gmail.com. It is aulindatang@gmail.com. So I think I also installed a new feature which you can just directly comment to my mailbox. I'm not too sure if that works or not, but you can try it out. Yeah. So tell me if you would float or sink or join the ship or just stay on land. I mean, well, that's a stupid question, but however, that's the real end of this episode, and see you in my next episode. Bye.